Turn on a tap in London and you're paying Thames Water, a monopoly with 16 million guaranteed customers. Supplying a necessity should be stable and profitable, yet the firm is near collapse, weighed down by pollution fines, debt, and bonus scandals. How is this happening while water bills are rising? To understand, we need to rewind to when England's water industry was sold off. In the 70s and 80s, England's public water authorities struggled with a lack of funding and the worst pollution in Europe. So in 1989, Thatcher's government privatised the water authorities in England and Wales, believing this would attract investment and improve efficiency. But if water companies were given free rein, prices would become extremely high, with no alternative for customers. So Ofwat, the water regulator, was created to enforce price caps and ensure responsible management. Profitable water companies could then pay dividend yields of up to 4%, with outperforming firms allowed to pay even more. This was meant to deliver fair returns for shareholders and incentivise greater efficiency. But some owners, in particular private equity and investment firms, have been accused of asset stripping, getting paid large dividends by decreasing infrastructure spending and increased borrowing. Often, dividends paid to shareholders were more than annual profits. This loaded up the company with debt, while pipes decayed, leading to leaks and river pollution. Thames Water now has £22 billion in debt, which is 80% of its assets, and over 8 times its £2.6 billion annual revenue. Many of its private equity owners, who earned high returns, have already sold their shares. The Australian investment bank Macquarie expressed pride in its ownership of Thames Water, despite the company's debt tripling during its decade-long stake ending in 2017. Thames Water blames Ofwat for the situation it's in, and it's not entirely wrong. The regulator sets bill price caps based on how much investment it approves for water companies to carry out. For a long time, it kept bills low, meaning less money for infrastructure like pipes, treatment plants, and reservoirs. Ofwat has also allowed water company debt to spiral past its recommended limit of 55%. Thames Water, the country's most indebted water company, has also been hit by a wave of pollution fines, leading to an annual loss of £1.6 billion in 2024 to 25. The firm needs money from somewhere, but the Ofwat price cap means it can only get so much from customers. Thames Water is demanding that water bills rise and pollution fines be waived, but Ofwat is refusing. And while the company is in turmoil, it has insisted on paying huge bonuses to senior management, including a £200,000 bonus to CEO Chris Weston for just 3 months of work. It was accused of diverting cash for environmental work and cleanups to pay for these bonuses, despite cash flow targets being missed. And even after pressure from ministers, the water company refused to claw back the extra pay, though it later paused future bonuses. The future of Thames Water is uncertain. To stay afloat, it needs money from investors and lenders, but its precarious financial situation and lack of future dividend payments has earned it a label of being uninvestable. Recently, the private equity firm KKR pulled out of a rescue plan for the company, as it did not expect finances to improve in a reasonable time. Chris Weston admitted a turnaround would take at least a decade to complete. The government has started preparing for it to fall into special administration, a temporary form of nationalisation. This would occur if the water company can't pay its debts or maintain essential services. But with an estimated cost of £3.5 to £5 billion for the taxpayer, other alternatives may be preferable. Thames Water's senior creditors are seeking a rescue deal to avoid the steep debt write-downs triggered by special administration. But if unsuccessful, the Hong Kong-based infrastructure firm CKI may acquire the company. It already owns Northumbrian Water and UK Power Networks. Some people have voiced concerns about allowing further foreign ownership of vital English infrastructure, but Thames Water and other English water companies are already owned by an array of foreign private equity, investment and pension funds. With the government reluctant to fund permanent nationalisation, CKI's takeover currently appears the most likely outcome. With protections in place, London residents don't need to worry. When they turn on their taps, water will still come out. The more pressing question, however, is how much it will cost, and who will pay to keep it this way. Thanks for watching. This video was made by Samuel Wells Media. For video editing and motion graphics services, see the link in the description.